Hey guys, welcome back to the 6th episode of Gossipy Mondays. I'm Mansi and today I am going to provide you with some recommendations of books, movies and series which are my absolute favorite. Other than reading books, I watch loads of movies and TV series and I thought I'll share some with you guys. So let's get started. So first in the list is books. And if you are a beginner, I would say you should go for Your Love Makes Me Complete, Harry Potter, Chronicles of Narnia and Treasure Island. Well, Your Love Makes Me Complete is a romantic genre, Harry Potter is horror fantasy, Chronicles of Narnia is children fiction and fantasy genre, and finally Treasure Island is adventure fiction. All these books are in easy language and are of quite great interest, and if you are beginning to read, then these books will definitely attract you to read more and more of books. And if you are an avid book reader, then I would say you could go for any of Agatha Christie murder mysteries. My personal favorite were Murder on the Orient Express, Mysterious Affairs at Styles and Murder on the Lakes. Other than that, if you are into mythology, I would suggest you should go for either the Palace of Illusions and Shiva trilogy by Amish Tripathi. And then there are my absolute favorite books, that is The Thousand Splendid Suns, Looking for Alaska and The Silent Patient. I literally loved these three books a lot. I have reviewed many of these books and I'll mention the link for the same in the description below. If you want a review for that, you can check over there. Well, that was all about books. If you want a review for any of the book I just recommended, mention in the comment section below. I would love to review it. Now we'll move on to the next section, that is movies. For this, I have divided all the movies in certain categories. The first category is animated movies. For animated movies, I have 4 recommendations. The first one is Hotel Transylvania, and I know some of you might have watched that movie, but I absolutely loved it. Then there is How to Train Your Dragon. There are 3 parts in this movie. It's kind of a children movie, but you'll enjoy it thoroughly. That dragon in that movie is so cute. Then there is Frozen, and there are 2 parts in Frozen, and I don't know, it's just a story that's emotional as well as funny and dramatic. I loved it. And finally, I have this last recommendation, that is Wreck-It Ralph. Maybe there are 3 parts, but I loved only the first part. After that, the movies weren't that good. The next category over here is love story. For this, I have 4 recommendations. The first one is 365 Days. In this, a girl and a boy are there, and the boy tries to make the girl fall in love with her in 365 days or he will let her go. Then there is Twilight. There are 5 parts. There are books about this too. I haven't read the books, I've seen the movie, but I really enjoyed them. Then there is No Strings Attached and Friends with Benefits. Both are on Netflix and are fun to watch movies. The next category over here is emotional story, and in this I have only one recommendation. I know there are many emotional stories, but this one just touched my heart. The movie is named The Marriage Story, and I really enjoyed watching this movie. And if you are a person who loves a good cry while watching movies, then you should definitely watch this movie, because trust me, when I was watching this, I continuously ro rahi thi. Well, there are 2 more categories left. The first one is movies for girls' night out, and for this I have listed The Princess Switch, The Princess Diaries, Kissing Booth, or To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and Crazy Rich Asians. You all might have heard about To All the Boys I've Loved Before and Kissing Booth. These were quite trending on Netflix, and other than that, The Princess Switch and The Princess Diaries are just princess stories, and every girl wishes to be a princess in her life, and that story helped me kind of lived it. So I really loved all these movies, and I think for a girls' night out, these movies would be perfect. The last category for the movies section is series. If you want to watch movies in series, then I would recommend you can watch Harry Potter movies. Like Harry Potter series, if you haven't read the books and you're not going to read the books, then you will definitely love the movies. Then there is the Fast and Furious series. and I am telling you, if you are someone, if you are into action, adventure, all this kind of stuff, stunts, and especially cars, then this series is for you. Moreover, it's a ninth part. The ninth part of the Fast and Furious series is going to come soon, and I think April. I'm not sure, but I think it's coming in April. So if you want to watch that, start watching all the earlier parts. And lastly, there is the Marvel series. Any movie in the Marvel universe, you can watch it. Either of Iron Man, Thor, Spider-Man, Captain America. Each movie has its own story and it's so good to watch. Well, that was all the recommendations of movies I have to give you. The next and the last section over here is the recommendation of shows. For this too, I have divided the shows in certain categories. The first category is animated. For this, I have only one recommendation, that is Rick and Morty. For Rick and Morty, I would say that some people might like it and some might find it annoying. For starting, जब मैंने देखना शुरू किया था, it was a bit annoying for me too. But then as it was going on and on, I started to enjoy it. I started to get the humor. And I think if you will just give it a little bit of time, you'll enjoy it too. Then there is the second category, that is of comedy. For comedy, I have 4 suggestions. The first one is obviously Friends, and who doesn't know about Friends? Then there is the Big Bang Theory. It's about, science geek guys, and they talk in their scientific language, running after girls and their own life around, movies, games, and Comic-Con. It's fun to watch. Then there is Brooklyn Nine-Nine, jiska recent season 7, just now it came, and I really enjoyed watching Jake and Amy. Their love story, their comic timing, I just love that show. Lastly, I have the recommendation of 2.5 Men. Now for this show, I would say that there are 12 seasons, I think, right? 12 seasons, and I enjoyed the 6 to 12 season more than the first to 6 season. So the ending is much better than the starting, but for enjoying the ending, you need to watch it from the start. Overall, it's a good show to watch. Well, that was all the recommendations about the comedy section. The next category over here is action adventure. For this, I have 2 recommendations. The first one is The Boys. For this, I would say that there is some adult content and gross content too. So watch it at your own risk. But otherwise, I really enjoyed this series. Then there is the Death Note. And about this, I would say that the story is about, there's a notebook. And in that notebook, the user of that notebook, whosoever names he writes, that person dies. So I think that this statement which I said right now is enough to intrigue you guys to watch this series. The next category over here is mystery. For that, I have recommendations. The first one is Sherlock Holmes, and I'm not talking about the movies, I'm talking about the show. Don't watch the movie. The movie of Sherlock Holmes is not good, but the series is too damn good. Then there is The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. For this, I would say that the first and the second season and the third season too, I think, was fine. But in the last season, I think they extended the story for no reason at all. So I am just saying that, utni high expectations mat rakhna, but you will enjoy the story once it begins. Towards the end, it's kind of cliche. Finally, the last recommendation in the mystery section is Dark. For Dark, I would say that when you start watching it, you will feel like कि क्या हो रहा है, क्या चीज किससे connected है, how the story is going, ये कैसे हो गया बीच में. But at the end of the day, everything will be sorted. You'll understand everything. But you need to just keep loads of concentration into it while watching that series. And when the end comes, you'll be surprised and you'll really love it. The last section is fashion. So if you are into fashion and dressing up and all that kind of stuff, then you should definitely watch these 2 series. The first one is Gossip Girl and the second one is Emily in Paris. Emily in Paris, there's only 1 season of it right now and more are yet to come. But for Gossip Girl, the whole series has been released. The story is great, But what's more fantastic about that series is the dresses, the way they dress, the way they carry each and every accessory. If you are into fashion, you will really love it. Well, that was all the recommendations regarding the books, movies, and series, and I really hope that these recommendations are helpful to you guys. If you have any recommendations for me regarding books, movies, and series, do comment down. I would love to know and try them. And that was all for today's videos. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel Books Gossip. Press the bell icon so that you won't miss any of my videos. You could also follow my Instagram. My Instagram username is right here on the screen, and it's also in the description below. And don't forget, I come up with new videos on every Mondays. Until then, keep reading. Bye.